All right, welcome everybody. Welcome back. We're in game two of No Cheese versus Team Tam. Let's go. I have with me Aaron Zero. Again, we are casting this game and yesterday's game as well. How hyped are you for this, Aaron?
I'm hoping for what hopefully should be a bit more competitive game. Two. Game one was a bit of a stomp at the hands of Team Tam, so I'm interested to see how Nochi is going to react and how Team Tam is going to ride this momentum and to try to take a 2-0 here in this series today. So bans are now just starting to come in. What did you think about the first game, Bugs?
First game, I think there were some signs of life from No Cheese, but Team Tam really did win it in almost all aspects. So yeah, it was quite decisive at the end of the day by Team Tam, a lot more methodical. But let's see how No Cheese plays this. Now they have a better idea of what Team Tam can do. They
Yeah.
ban out the Rubik again. Uh, Seems like a standard ban for No Cheese. So they don't want to deal with that. They ban out Catnip's Pudge. First ban. Wow, that's quite a respect thing to pop out in the first ban.
Yes, indeed, the respect ban to Catnip's Pudge. So once again, probably we're gonna see Catnip either play a different kind of melee hero. I'm not sure if we're going to see the Magnus again, but something like that. They usually play other four like a Space Crate or an early rotator as well. Um, it's gonna be interesting to see how they approach the draft. No Cheese once again banning the Grimstroke, so they have surprising issues with the Grimstroke being piloted by Team Time. What do you think? Why do you think Nochi suddenly has this Grimstroke phobia?
I think it's probably either some experience or unless they know that Team Tam has some sort of technician or some really good player with Grimstroke. I don't know if there's anything specific to it.
In
They just probably just think about the first two picks and like what heroes they don't want to do with in lane and just go with that.
Indeed, almost identical bans from both sides. Nochi's banning the Rubik and the Grimstroke and picking up the Dazzle for themselves. The Dazzle probably keeping the Team Tam's team alive during the previous game. Decided, maybe we should try Dazzle as well. Meanwhile, Team Tam banning out the Pudge and the Jakiro. So almost identical bans though from both sides as well. We may see a bit of a mirror. Might see a mirror match in this one. Team Tam though does pick up the Omni Knight.
Omni
So
Knight.
you have a healer, I have one too. This time, this dude comes with a dispel. So what's your take on this early picks from Team Tam?
I'm not sure. I generally don't like Omni Knight picks, but they must have a plan, right? Or they're just gonna go with powerful, beefy heroes again, put healers in that mix, and they can just run down no cheese. I think that might be the basis of what they want to do. It's what they did last game and it worked out really well for them. Let's see what damage options they have as well. So Omni-Knight pairs really well with strength heroes because they give them free strength. So we do see a Clockwork in, but most likely Clockwork is the support, so not a core.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, supports first. For supports surely get picked first.
Or we want and then no cheese going with the Night Stalker. So early on, going for the Tricore Greed in this game. So and they immediately ban out the Joe Ranger. Probably respect to Test Fanboy for piloting Joe Ranger very well in the previous game. Um, uh, so no cheese deciding to go uh, possibly a bit greedy in this lineup with picking up the Night Stalker and banning the Joe almost immediately. Meanwhile, Team Tam getting probably what's going to be their support duo in Omni Knight and the Clockwork. What kind of lineups do you think both teams are expecting to push out for this game too?
Man, this is really tough to say. Clockwork excels at jumping on like heroes like Drow, right, who are ranged and back line and just tries to take them out. But Clockwork is also really good against heroes like that want to make the big jump like a Magnus or an Enigma. So I'm not sure what this Clockwork pick is or if it's just a more of like a comfort pick, but it's definitely not gonna do that well against Night Stalker, I think. Night Stalker scales better. I don't know if it's nighttime. I don't think the battery assault will do much against the Night Stalker. I think I do like the Night Stalker pick. It gives them a lot of vision. With the ult at night, right? and it allows the Dazzle Night Stalker to kind of work together and be the front line and the back line, move around the fights. I think there's the potential here for No Cheese to win, to have a better team fight. So they're all banning out carries right now. Stark banned on side of Team Tam. No Cheese bans out Drow and Ursa. Who's going to go for the range or melee hero now? Because Slark was picked up a lot by No Cheese on Nope. So we do see hit ban now. They don't want to fight against Slark, but I'm sure Nope has other carry heroes under his belt.
Indeed, though. So No Cheese clearly looking to take on some of the strongest cores in some of the strongest carries rather in this current patch. Meanwhile, Team Tam with the respect, probably a bit of respect ban on Nope though, because Nope was a bit of a problem for the side of Team Tam in the previous game. You don't want to give Nope that kind of hero that's capable of being able to move forward to close the gap on their heroes to take out backline targets specifically. They also ban out the Enigma though, so after banning out Nope's heroes, they immediately go into Catnip's heroes. Not only is the Pudge ban, but the Enigma ban too. What's going on?
Yeah, they do recognize Nope and Catnip. We've kind of highlighted them as usually the MVP or the at least the honorary mention, right? In even the last series. So these two players tend to be some sort of highlight of the game. So they're targeting the bans on these two heroes now. These two players, well, these two heroes were piloting the heroes. And they ban out Sniper on Nochi. So Nochis are more consistent with the bans, right? They recognize that there's still two beefy cores up front, two beefy heroes up front. They want to ban out the carries that are ranged and they can sit at the behind for free. Even though Night Stalker is good at jumping at these heroes, but they rather not deal with it, and that's understandable.
Indeed,
The,
those
the
yes.
Enigma ban might be a response to the Rubik ban because once you ban Rubik, Enigma is possible. It kind of forces Team Tam into picking heroes like Silencer, just to deal with the Enigma ult, and maybe they don't want to pick those heroes, right? So the Enigma ban is something. Nature's Prophet is also a potential carry that was very strong, very good stats, and
Yes,
they picked the ring.
and they picked up a Razor though, so it's probably going to be a definitely going to be a Razor core in this game. Obviously, Nature's Prophet though, still one of the well, very powerful hero in this game, especially for those who know how to micro very well with this hero. Can get and can also work either as a safe lane or as a very powerful off lane who can easily close the gap into fights, provide global presence. So I think Team Time was wise to that. Although I'm not sure who on No Cheese plays Nature's Prophet, so it's probably more like just making sure a ban if anything. Then picking up the Razor immediately. What kind of strategy do you think Team Time is going for in this game?
I think same as the last game. Pick powerful, tanky heroes with some heals. Run at the enemy team. Outscale, out tank them, out damage them. They get the win. So in this case, Night Stalker, they have options to deal with certain aspects of Night Stalker. If they charge in and link the Night Stalker, he might not be able to get much damage off. This Razor also prevents No Cheese from getting good picks. Sorry, from utilizing their melee carries well. So in the sense that they noticed that Drow and Sniper are picked out, sorry, are banned out by No Cheese. A lot of range heroes are now not on the table, right? There's maybe Lina left, but Lina probably not so popular anymore after the recent patch. So Razor deals with a lot of these melee heroes that might be still left, right? They have they have Lifestealer possibly. Who they pick Invoker for? No cheese.
Yes, picking Wackadoodle's signature hero, the Invoker. It's gonna be very interesting to see how they're going to how they're gonna have this Invoker playing in this game. Invoker, I think, gives them that backline now. Now with Dazzle and Invoker, they now have the sufficient playmaking and damage to go along for this team. So something to keep note of. Um, Meanwhile, for No Cheese, they're already used up a bit of the reserve time, the time's on the clock, and they pick up the Spectre that was
Spectre,
denied
wow.
to them in the last draft. So, what do you think is No Cheese planning to do with this game?
I'm not too big of a fan of the Spectre pick because they're gonna go up against the Razor. In team fights, it makes sense, but I'm not sure this laning phase would work out. If Razor's the offlaner, then the Spectre might not have a lane at all. The damage is gonna be sapped out. You can't really use your dagger to farm that well. And where's your lane gonna go? You can't lane against Razor Clockwork, you can't lane against Razor Omni Knight. So I think the Spectre lane is solved from Team Tam. I think Team Tam would be quite happy with the Spectre pick here for now. So now they have to pick something to outscale. Oh, they want to win the mid lane with Kunkka. Quite a solid pick as a melee mid laner to deal with almost all ranged possibilities in the mid lane. Kunkka is always solid with the Tidebringer, has great control with the axe into the torrent and the boat, right? The ghost ship. I think this is great. And the ghost ship also gives Coco Rum, which allows his teammates to be more tanky and run faster to run into the enemy.
Indeed. So it will probably be able to buff Razor, allow Razor to use his movement speed buff as well as Clockwork and Omni Knight to allow them to get into position to support their team or initiate into the team fight. So Team Tam look to be picking up their carry for this next one. No Cheese maybe looking to pick up their finally possibly another support. So they've No Cheese has banned out the Phantom Assassin. They realized the kind of heroes that Team Tam probably going for. What kind of heroes do you think Team Tam was gonna pick is gonna synergize with this lineup?
So Team Tam needs a carry right now. They have a really good front line. They have Omni Knight to save. They have Razor to just balls deep, go into the enemy. Kunkka to play all sides of the map. Clockwork to hunt the backline, right? So I think Team Tam is in a prime position to pick a carry that goes ranged. Well, Drow, Sniper Band, very clear idea that No Cheese understands that Team Tam has this option. So those are banned out. So what options are left? Let's see. There's Lina. I may be
There's
reiterating
still
this a lot.
Lina.
There's Lina, but they might be able to build SF too, right? SF. I think the last series we saw Yuno play SF, if I'm not mistaken, and they did quite well. But now it's on Team Tam, so he would have to fight into SF. SF sounds great. The low armor heroes of Dazzle, Night Stalker, Invoker. The presence of the Dark Lord will kind of shred that a little bit. They banned
Mhm.
Tinker out from Team Tam side. Why do they ban Tinker out? Did they expect Invoker to be support?
They probably never expected, or it's either that they're either just covering their bases, they don't want to deal against an annoying Tinker, and they feel confident with this matchup of Invoker Kunkka, or they also mean that okay, maybe Invoker's a bit of a swerve. We can have Invoker as a support, and then you can pick something else for the mid. Meanwhile, No Cheese banning out Tiny as well, so they're also probably thinking that this Razor may not be an off lane. He may earn this Kunkka may not be the mid. They're probably expecting the Razor to be playing a bit more on the carry role in this game. It probably depends on what No Cheese see in
Mhm.
this Razor. 10 seconds left on their
So no cheese.
surf time, and
They
they
pick
pick up.
Undying. Okay, last pick support Undying.
All right.
Team Tam doesn't have any good options to kill the Tombstone unless we see the last pick being something specific. So now the game's on
Snap.
Team Tam to pick their carry. So this last pick will reveal, like, kind of close up this draft for Team Tam, and they have 1 minute 10 seconds of their reserve time, so they can really take up their time to just think about things. What heroes are still available, Aaron?
I th-
What kind of carry?
I don't think we might see, even see a carry. I think they'll just try to slot the Razor carry. We might see one of the classic counters to Undying, and that is the Snapfire. Snapfire has a lot of good initiation this game with the Clockwork and the Konka, with the Torrent, X marks the spot, as well as Clockwork's Hookshot. It may be interesting to see if they're gonna take the risk and pilot and have someone pilot Snapfire with the Undying picked out, or an alternative is they also go for a harder carry, but a carry that's capable of fighting pretty early as well. Remember, we do have a Spectre here, so Team Tam can make No Cheese pay. This is a bit of a greedy lineup though. Both Spectre and Night Stalker will require farm in order to some farm in order to come online. They're not necessarily heroes that can kill on their own. So Team Tam
Mhm.
may take this opportunity to pick a much faster hero on their end, so to make No Cheese pay for this kind of lineup.
Some options here that are still available. Terrorblade. We have Terrorblade. We have Phantom Lancer. We have Naga Siren. Oh, we're on topic of illusions. Naga
Yes.
Siren. So now they can split out the map quite well,
Yes,
actually.
indeed. And they may have something that is capable of dealing with that tombstone with the Naga Siren illusion. So, draft is done. Which team are you favoring in this game based on the draft alone?
I like Team Tam's draft. I think the Spectre has been solved. Night Stalker doesn't have much to do, despite because he really only works with Dazzle. Undying is more like a defensive support. Yeah, my money's on Team Tam. What do you think, Aaron?
Um, I have to say, I have to admit, though Team Tam's draft does look interesting on paper, though. No Cheese though may have something, or may have a couple of ideas in this one. It probably depends on who will win this laning phase between Naga Siren and Night Stalker. I think this will be the interesting matchup to watch, because if Night Stalker does manage to win his lane, he will allow him to make rotations all over the map much easier. Of course, Night Stalker is not a hero who can afford to lose a laning phase. He's not a good hero to play from behind. So it's gonna be the onus is gonna be on No Cheese, either to play a bit more typical, like we might not see Catnip roaming around a lot, but No Cheese's draft is a bit easier to execute as compared to Team Tam's, which does have two skill-based initiates in Clockwork's hook shot and Konka's combo, but they do have, of course, Nagasai Song to help set it up. So I think for this one, I'm slightly, very slightly leaning into No Cheese for this game.
All right, so we go into the game now. I really like this clockwork set. This is the brain in a jar floating around, controlling this clockwork. I really like this set.
Indeed, yeah, actually, you do have a point. Though, why does Quantum have no cosmetics? Shame on you, good sir. Then again, though, Nope doesn't have cosmetics on his Spectre, so shame on you too. All right, let's go to the rundown where we introduce you to the heroes and the heroes piloting them. We have on the Radiant side, No Cheese, Yuno on the Invoker, Tenseiga on the Night Stalker, Nope on the Spectre, Ninja Monkey on the Dazzle, and Catnip on the Undying. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map across the river, you have the Dire Side Team Tam, Quantum on the Omni Knight, Otter Spotter on the Clockwork, Techno Viking on the Razor, Des Fanboy on the Naga Siren, and Wackadoodle on the Konka. So,
Oh, look at Konka's item already queued up a Meteor Hammer.
oh
This
my
guy,
god.
he reads the patch notes.
Meteor Hammer is the item of this patch, and it looks like they might try something experimental with this Meteor Hammer. Konka already has the crown picked up, so to give himself some extra stats heading to the mid lane. Meanwhile, Techno Viking, Wackadoodle, and Otter Spotter are moving in to the side of the arena jungle, while Tenseiga and Capnip are chilling a bit at the mid. Do
They see
Ninja Monkey nope see this?
the ward.
Otter Spotter spots out. He hits with the battery assault. Ninja Monkey is a bit of a trouble. He does hit poison touch. However, he's not able to hit back. Techno Viking with the plasma field. Ninja Monkey is getting low. Ninja Monkey may have no save for himself. Ninja Monkey is dead. First blood taken on the side of Team Tam, and once again another great start to the laning phase. Catnip though is now forced to respond. Picks up the Tombstone first, which is interesting. I wouldn't expect them to pick up Tombstone pretty quickly in this game, but they're probably hoping that they don't have anything that can take out these zombies, but they probably do. And Otter Spotter and Techno Viking, they are forced to back off. Catnip, though, is a bit stretched out. Techno Viking may turn around, but he has no mana. He does have 3 stick charges, so he should be fine in this lane. He should be fine getting back to the lane and officially starting our laning phase on the mid lane. Wackadoodle is and just certainly winning the matchup against Yuno so far.
Otter Spotter
Meanwhile,
finding
at
Ninja Monkey
bottom,
again.
once again, they find a Catnip. Catnip and Otter Spotter does have the battery assault, but he also has poison touch applied on him. He is dead. Ninja Monkey paying Otter Spotter back for getting him and costing his team the first blood. Nope, and Nope also does get assist on that, so it's going to be some pretty good gold coming in on the side of No Cheese. Catnip is staying here in the bottom lane. Apparently, they're not concerned about Tenseiga and his attempts to win his top lane against Quantum and Test Fanboy. So, once again, No
Seems like
Cheese
a standard
entering
of
this.
Catnip.
Yes, once again, No Cheese and using this tri lane hyper aggressive core. Probably their goal now is to shut down Techno Viking. They're doing a good job of it.
Techno
Catnip,
Viking.
Techno Viking is dropping low. He does get one more hit from the poison from the Ninja Monkey, and he is dead. So yes, they do pick up the first blood, but they are winning this bot lane matchup. Not bad for the side of No Cheese. Hope
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have.
that was really nice. This catnip, like you don't expect an Undying staying around in the tri-lane to work out like that. All he did was hit, to be honest. He didn't even use the tombstone. But I would also like to point out that No Cheese got all the runes. All the
Or rather, Team Tam.
sorry, Team Tam, my bad. Got all 4 runes, and that's really good for them. Like they got the first blood, they got all 4 runes.
Ninja Monkey now is pushed out.
Ninja
He does
Monkey.
get hit by the captain. Does come in with the decay, but it may not be enough. Ninja Monkey has no save for himself. Ninja Monkey is dead. Techno Viking, however, is dropping low. Those zombies are putting in work. Catnip manages to take down Otters, and then Techno Viking. Otter Spotter may soon to follow. He does take out the. However, the Cogs saves his life. Otter Spotter managing to get away. Timely use of the Cogs to save himself. So a 1-for-1 trade. Support for a core Razor.
Yeah. Nope could have come over and threw the dagger and maybe have gotten the kill for on the clockwork. I think that was within range if you just positioned a little bit better. But no matter, he also still had the salve on the clockwork, so maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a great trade, like two supports for the Techno Viking offlane Razor.
Yeah, so far, no cheese holding the kill lead in this one, 3-2 in their favor. Otter Spotter does already have the Tranquil boots though, so quite early usage of the boots for him. Probably they're gonna hoping for him to be roaming around a bit. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Yuno holding his own against Wackadoodle. He is even in last hits, but Wackadoodle does hold the advantage in the denies. But never mind though, he's in the lead now. So Yuno playing a lot better as compared to his previous game as the Void Spirit. So I think this mid matchup may not go one sided as it was last time.
Yeah, it is definitely a lot closer now, and they're just like neck and neck in the last hits. It's really nice to see. Besides Kunkka usually having the advantage of damage and harass, I think Yuno is doing quite well in the lane.
Indeed.
And bottom lane's getting gone again.
Meanwhile, Auto Spotter does get hit by the Poison Touch and the Zombie, but he does manage to push him back. The Tombstone really zoning out both Technovac and Auto Spotter. Neither of them have any good way to take down this Tombstone without them physically hitting it. Catnip and Ninja Monkey doing their utmost to keep this lane rather in favor of Nope. Probably understanding that Nope is gonna take some time to come online. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Tenseiga is now at mid health. Quantum is pushing him out along with the illusions from Test Fanboy, but he is gonna be safe. That high armor of Tenseiga's Night Stalker really putting himself to work pretty early in this game.
Yeah, Tenseiga's lane is actually getting sacked really hard in favor of the tri-lane at the bottom. But it makes sense because they're trying to give the Spectre the lane, right, against the Razor, which is almost a non-lane.
Viking does take on Ninja Monkey in turn. Catnip though and does manage to make sure he drops low, and he is dead once again. Otter Spotter though, however, this time Catnip is on the other side of those cogs. He does land one more decay, but Otter Spotter is going to walk away. This has been a very tradey lane for the side of for both teams in the bot lane, but they are managing to get these kills on Techno Viking. So Techno Viking's gonna be a bit behind in his lane phase, only level 3.
Yeah, looks like it's paying off a little bit for just to secure the Spectre lane, right? They move Catnip down and just keep him here just to keep the pressure on Techno Viking. Doesn't allow him to destroy the Spectre lane. But they need to be aware of the cost, right? Which is Tenseiga's lane here, just absolutely getting nothing. He gets like half the last hits of the Naga here, and it's quite scary. Like if he doesn't get anywhere. Oh, Catnip gets caught on.
Catnip does get caught. He does get caught out by the battery assault and the power cogs. He is dead. However, Nope and Ninja Monkey attempting to avenge their fallen undying, but it may not be enough. So Techno Viking though is dropping low. He does get hit by that poison touch, just doing a ton of work on the side of the No Cheese, but Techno Viking will get away. Was one level skilled in Storm Surge, so he does use that movement speed to his advantage. Does have the Falcon Blade already, but Nope is now entering level 5. He is queued up the Radiance though this game. What do you think of this? Him using the Radiance build in this one?
I think there's some merit to Radiance. Like you can't debuff, dispel Radiance with the Omni Knight. It goes through most of Omni Knight spells. And it deals with some aspect of Naga's illusions. Oh,
here we go. Techno Viking is dropping low. Captain Catnip with the Tombstone, Ninja Monkey with the Poison Touch, and he is dead. Nope with the kill steal. Actually, he does take the kill on Techno Viking. So, like a good Spectre, his job is only to take the kill, even though his supports do about 99%.
Mid lane, back to Yuno.
Meanwhile, however, they do respond with the mid lane. Yuno though is dusted and spotted and deaded. Otter Spotter and Wackadoodle make them pay for going on Techno Viking. What a great rotation from Otter Spotter to help Wackadoodle secure his mid lane.
Yeah, they sack Techno Vikings life just to kill the mid lane invoker. That's honestly, I think that's worth it. I think it's money all around, right, for the big cores. Spectre gets the last hit on Techno Viking, and he would really love that, right? Just get the last hit on the kills. Doesn't care who is kill stealing. He's the carry, right? Oh, and Ninja Monkey gets leashed.
Ninja
On the
Monkey,
turn,
however, in the
Captain
bot
makes
lane,
it.
Catnip though is running a bit low. He does get hit by all the spells and he is dead. Techno Viking and Otter Spotter trying to beat a hasty retreat. Nope, and Ninja Monkey attempting to come back and avenge their friend, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Tenseiga is dropping a bit low. It is the nighttime after all. This is his time. This is the time of. This is the favorite time of any Night Stalker player, the nighttime. However, we may not be able to get anything from this, especially as he's pretty much playing alone against Test Fanboy, who's managed to hit level 6. And even with the solo lane, he is second in net worth, only behind Nope, though. So this tri lane is certainly working in the favor of No Cheese.
Yeah, this is actually quite cool how Tenseiga and the rest of Team Tam try to play this game. Sorry, no cheese, right? No cheese. I keep screwing it up. I keep switching it around. But you see, Naga has called it like, hey, I'm strong. I can farm the jungle for free. This Night Stalker is alone in the lane. They tried to give the solo XP to Omni Knight, and that works out. Like Omni Knight gets some XP, gets to enjoy the free lane. Oh, bottom auto spotter almost
How-
gets caught him. The TP's
However,
out.
he does get caught, but yes, he does TP out. Meanwhile, Meme Hammer has been completed on the side of Mr. Wagadoodle. He is already
All
preparing to
right.
take down this mid tower is dropping very low, very quickly. So we're not even 10 minutes in. His mid tower is already down. This is gonna be interesting for the side of Team Tam. Now they have access to the Radiant jungle. What? This Meme Hammer build is actually working? What's happening?
Looks like it. It's good for him to push, right? It's free tower damage. Kunkka doesn't really do that well versus towers, and it combos with some of his spells, so I can understand why he builds it. It's really good right now.
Indeed, Wackadoodle does spot out
But
Ninja
oh, they
Monkey.
ran into Ninja
Ninja
Monkey.
Monkey does
Did he
cast
axe himself?
the
He
Ninja
axes
Monkey does,
himself.
he axed himself. However, he does manage to land all of his skills, but the Shadow Grave may not be enough to save his life. Ninja Monkey
Neutral
though gets
creep
the
gets the
deny
kill.
from the neutral creep, but they do move quickly into Nope. Everyone here is now here in the bot lane. Techno Viking it has ulti though. Tenseiga has dropped in. He does activate the Dark Ascension. Techno Viking though is trying to flee and he does get away. Nope. Meanwhile, trying to cover for Tenseiga, who does get hit with both the Meteor Hammer. Yuno is not going into the bot lane. He is swatted out Quantum. Tenseiga going hard at Quantum. Quantum may not be able to survive this one. Quantum is dead. Wackadoodle may soon to follow. Gets silenced. Dark Ascension is still up, but he gets the tornado. Catches Otter Spotter in the trees. Tenseiga with the advantage, and they go down. 4 kills on the side of No Cheese. A 4-for-1 trade. They do lose their support Dazzle, but in the end they managed to take out everyone else. Great rotation from the side of No Cheese.
Yeah, Dazzle's happy with that. Like you would die for 4 enemies. That's so good. The Tenseiga ult gives so much vision that allows No Cheese to just do whatever they want in the fights. They have full control of the fights because of that. They even get the extra kill of Auto Spotter under the trees. That's actually so clutch.
Indeed, though they do attempt to push out the top lane, but the reinforcements come in on the side of Team Town, so that push is going to be negated. 10 minutes in, so which means the nighttime has ended for this game. So Tensei is probably just gonna relax a bit. He is farming now towards his Echo Saber. Meanwhile, you're on the top lane. Yuno and Cat making a rotation to
Yes,
Test Fanboy.
Fanboy.
Test Fanboy though is dropping low. Do they know that?
Oh,
Do they know it's a real one?
that's
However,
illusion.
you don't know that's the illusion. Test Fanboy is alone. Test Fanboy has no mana. He also has no Song of the Siren. Catnip though is dropping low. However, the tornado has been cast. He is going to get away. He is quite low, and both
Okay.
teams do not have the resources. So surprising. They do manage to
I
find him,
think
but
they're
they
afraid. Yeah, they were afraid that. They were afraid that Team Tam might reconnect, and kill them. So, they just retreat out of respect of that.
Indeed. And Team Tam managed to get himself the bottom tower as a result. So 2 towers already taken on the side of Team Tam. Meanwhile, No Cheese is positioning themselves at the top lane. They're probably going to try to trade the tower for tower, but Wackadoodle and the rest of Team Tam now have free reign to enter the Radiant jungle to start farming up. Nope is still in the mid lane. He is a bit of a ways away from his uh, Radiance. He's about I'd say like 5 minutes away. He still has to farm for the much cheaper Cigarette, which makes Radiance a much more viable option. Quantum has been TP to the top lane, but I don't think he'll be able to do anything here. The top lane is going to fall. Nope, will pick up the haste rune, but
Again,
X marks
X
the spot
gets X.
anyway. But the haste does allow him to get away. So good on him though. Tenseiga does have Dark Ascension up, but I don't think they'll be going for any kind of team fight just yet. So while we enter a bit of a lull in the team fighting here, what do you? Let's take a look at this carry matchup at the moment. Nope is building his way towards um Radiance. However, Test Fanboy already has the Yasha and the Power Treads. He's building his way towards the Manta style already, the second item. So far, who do you think has had the more freer game in this one?
I actually am surprised at how well Nope is doing, despite having dealing with a tri lane. His levels aren't that bad, and let's see, he's level 8 and almost 9, and TS Fanboy is just one level ahead despite having a free lane. So actually, I'm surprised. I think Nope is actually doing really well. I thought his lane would be a complete bust because he's going up against Razor, right? But they bring Catnip in to deal with that, and it solves the problem.
And
And
alright,
Tenseiga's not
Tenseiga
too
does
much
activate the
aware.
Dark Ascension. They do spot out the Catnip. Catnip does get hit with all the skills, but now he immediately keeps on shifting, using that haunt by Nope to take him out. Quantum though does activate his ultimate, but the Catnip does activate his as well. As well as Tombstone is now dropping. Both teams are attempting to back off and reposition. Dark Ascension is still up. They do spot out Wackadoodle and Otter Spotter, but I don't think they'll be able to follow up until they manage to hit the tornado. Wackadoodle is silenced. He does get the hook shot in, so the hook shot catches all of the
Oh,
heroes,
great.
but Shadow Grave is used on Catnip. Catnip though will fall, and now all of a sudden this No Cheese team is quite deep. Tenseiga
Oh,
is
they take
dead
out the
as well,
Tombstone.
and now the Tombstone is dead. Nope is going to be in a big amount of trouble. They do get the X marks the spark and the torrent. No haste saving this time. That's Fanboy using the Song of the Siren to get away, but they do not have anything to save to
Close
stop this
Oh.
advance. Though is dead as well. So what initially looked like a pretty good fight on the side of No Cheese just turned around by Team Tam. Thanks to that use of the Song of the Siren and a really good hook shot from Otter Spotter.
Yeah, they went a bit too deep. They was really good catch, right? There was a free Razor kill. Techno Viking was low. They found him. They caught him out, and they went a bit too deep. They have tier 2, but the tier 1's still up. There's TPs all around. They managed to get the hook in. That was well played defense by Team Tam. They recognized that this is a position they're strong, even though they quickly lost their offlaner. They went for it. Good stuff there.
Indeed, though, was unfortunate that No Cheese was not able to take the mid tower, though, which was their primary target for why they invested so much. Nighttime, though, is coming in 10 seconds. So, are we going to expect No Cheese make another attempt or they're just gonna wait until the nighttime comes and they
I
have the
think they would
advantage?
wait until Spectre's Haunt and Radiance. They should come up about the same time, right? Spectre's about a minute away off the Haunt. Radiance is about 800 gold away, so maybe a minute and a half if they get some good farm here in the jungle. So they would want to play with that timing.
Indeed.
Night Stalker almost has his Echo Saber. I don't think Ninja Monkey's gonna die here, right? Nah, they
Ninja
don't have the
Monkey though
boost.
is pretty much safe. He does use the shadow wave in order to heal up his life back up. Tombstone though was dropped pretty preemptively after Catnip was hit with the Torrent X marks the spot combo. So might have been a mistake on the side of Catnip. Now they don't have Tombstone for 40 minutes, for 40 seconds. May be important for the next team fight to take, especially it's now nighttime.
Yeah, so they have another timer now that they have to wait for a tombstone, but it's not too far off. It's about 10 seconds after the Spectre is ready with the ult. Radiance is also a little bit behind, so I think they would probably waste the first half of the nighttime getting what they need to get.
Smoke
This
Up
gives
is now on
TS
the
kind of
side
a
of Smoke Up is now on the side of of Team Tam Wackadoodle, Auto Spotter, and Quantum now hunting for Yuno. Does Yuno know this? Does Yuno know that he is
oh, the scan catches
overextended?
him.
However, they catch the scan but they get the torrent and the X, but the X is maybe he got him, but he does bring in the ghost ship
Oh, they
anyway.
missed the
But
meteor.
he missed the meteor and he does get the ghost walk, but he is managed to turn invisible. Yuno though may save his life. Catnip is now up. He does activate his ult and his what do you call this? And his tombstone. Tenseiga comes in with the Dark Ascension, does kill Quantum. He also auto spot as well, thanks to those zombies. Wackadoodle may be nearing death, and he is dead. So what was initially a good fight for Team Tam, now going the way of No Cheese, pretty much the reverse of what happened in that mid lane. What
Yeah,
a
Tenseiga
rotation.
coming in. He's second highest in net worth on his team, and this is a really cool way that they're playing the game right. Tenseiga, I was quite surprised. Like I thought Nope was gonna have a horrible lane. No, they proved me wrong. He had a great lane. Tenseiga had a horrible lane and somehow comes back, and it's doing so much for the team, ending up with a double kill in the last fight. This game is going way beyond my expectations. I thought Yuno was dead there, but there's some whiffs on spells and Meteor Hammer doesn't land and he's out. He's free. Turns around with his
Indeed,
spells.
Yunus probably was saved by this quick rotation from this team, and he even managed to take several important targets down. Most importantly, of course, Wackadoo, this mid, Wackadoodle with the Meteor Hammer. He is building now towards the BKB, so probably he doesn't. He feels that he's gonna be frontlining a bit for this game. Meanwhile, on this side, Test Fanboy is still happily farming away though. He is level 13, but Nope does have his Radiance, so maybe it's probably the time that Nope feels more confident to use his Haunt in order for him to get a ton of damage on multiple members of Team Tam. Notably though, none of them
Onto
seem to be
cooldown.
BK, the dagger builders, so it should be fine. It is still nighttime though, but Tensei does go in anyway. He does pop the silence and attempts to cast the void on the Quantum. Quantum is slowed up, but he's not gonna be taken out. Nope, though with the Radiance, not putting the Radiance to work, but he does get hit with the Torrent and the X mark the spot. Technofighting hops in with the ultimate. This team fight's gonna happen. Quantum casts his own ultimate. This is gonna make them all immune to physical damage, but it may not be enough. The ghost ship is coming in, catches out too. Both Catnip is dead, but Nope is still alive. He does get hit with the shallow grave, but it may not be enough, and it is not enough. Nope is dead as well. The great use of the Guardian Angel to keep the rest of Team Tam alive, and now Team Tam are going from strength,
Oh
position of weakness,
no.
position of strength. Ninja Monkey got hit by the X and the Torrent. He's gonna get hit by the additional wave as well, and the Team Tam take down Ninja Monkey. So that's 23 seconds that they will not have their shallow grave save, and now immediately moving into this mid tier 2. So Team Tam getting the better of the exchanges with no cheese so far in this game.
Yeah, that's right. And you see now TS fanboys free farms coming into play. The illusions destroyed the tombstone at that fight, and you can see Nagasan's building the orchid. Orchid's on the way from the courier in the secret shop.
Indeed, they once again spot out Yuno. Does Yuno know that he has a massive team fight waiting for him? Test Fanboy and the rest
Gets
of Team
next.
Tam does get him. They do get finally manage to get Thorn and the Hex as well as the Meteor Hammer. He is in Vis, but it will not matter. Yuno is gone. However, they do cast the Tombstone, so maybe No Cheese probably planning to commit to this one. Wackadoodle does get hit with the Poison Touch, but he will get a Dispel at the hands of Quantum. Ectoviting activates his ultimate, probably is going to look to turn around. However, the Dark Ascension has been cast and the Song of the Siren has been made. Test
Whoa.
Fanboy beasting a hasty retreat, but also allowing the rest of his team to fall back, maybe not for long. Quantum, though, is being hunted by Tenseiga. Tenseiga does hit him with the Void. Techno Viking hits him back with the Quasi Field, hoping to try to help his Quantum getaway. X marks the spot is on Tenseiga, but the Dark Ascension means that he will allow himself to get away. So no further engagements may be on hand. Roshan is still up. No one has made a move on Roshan yet, but wow, a ton of resources invested to attempt to follow up a team fight that ultimately did not happen. What a move.
Yeah, I mean the TS fanboy's positioning was actually really good, right? He was farming the ancients in the middle of a fight for some reason, but that allowed, and I think a whole of No Cheese thought that that was just illusions, and they just ignored it. They tried to chase after the team, and he turns around, sleeps everybody, and then they ran out. That's kind of funny chain of events, but it works out really well for No Cheese. Sorry, for Team Tam.
Indeed, Ilu runes though. Meanwhile, Wackadoodle was able to dodge the tornado at the hands of Yuno, thanks of course to his X marks the spot. Test Fanboy does now have the Arcade Malevolence picked up, so it's gonna be able to do a ton of help in shutting down. Meanwhile, Tenseiga may be caught out. He does get Autospot does get the ward and the hook shot, and as well as his own Meteor Hammer. Meme Hammer is coming in
Wow.
full and fast online. Meanwhile, you do have the EMP coming out on the side of Yuno. So the baby gonna try and fight this. Chaos Meteor does come down. Yuno is Tenseiga though is alive, but Tenseiga though does fall. Order Spotter saved by that heavenly grace. Meanwhile, on the mid
Ninja
lane,
Monkey goes down.
Wackadoodle does take out Ninja Monkey, and Catnip is attempting to deal with him, but unfortunately will not be the case. Meanwhile, Nope does TP as well, but This time, of course, to escape Techno Viking, and immediately the team of Team Tam immediately go into this this bot lane tier 2. So, um, fast and frenetic action happening all over the map, I'd say.
Yeah, that was a lot of fights, but I think the reveal of the clockwork meteor hammer, that was that's quite something. You don't see this very often.
Again, taking advantage that this is going to be the Meteor Hammer patch. However, uh, no cheese
Middle
now
lane.
all TPing in to the bot lane. However, they do observe that Nuno does manage to get away thanks to the timely use of the haste rune, so he should be fine from from the loving clutches of Mr. Wackadoodle. But the rest of No Cheese are here at at their own jungle. They're probably looking to make some kind of rotation or make a play now that you have pretty much all of your skills up. Catnip doesn't have his flesh golem, but he does have the tombstone. Haunt is ready on the side of Mr. Nope, and you do have the Dark Ascension as well. But Tenseiga is a bit behind. He is still trying to farm that BKB though. No, he's not getting his shard for this game. Meanwhile, on the other side, Team Tam is hunkering in their own top lane triangle. They're probably gonna try to make some kind of move towards the bot lane. Although it may not be dangerous though, because you do have a lot of members of the enemy team here. That fanboy does get hexed. The
Yes,
hope
fanboy.
does get hexed. He does hit with, but this time he does manage to land hit all of his skills. But but unfortunately, may not be enough. However, Tenseiga is dropped. The Chaos Meteor does come in, but as well as the as well as all the skills. But Song of the Siren does pop. Nope may be in a bit of a trouble here, but Nope does manage to get away using the Spectral Dagger. Auto Spotter is a bit of trouble. Auto Spotter is dead. Tenseiga manages to take out Test Fanboy as well. Test Fanboy is down. Techno Viking has managed to come in. The Catnip has activated his ultimate. Using the Ice Wall in order to slow down Wackadoodle. Wackadoodle is getting hit on by Ninja Monkey, who does hit the X Mark Spark. He accidentally X's himself. This may be bad for Wackadoodle. Wackadoodle is dead. Killing spree has been broken on the side of Team Tam, and now Catnip is now moving in. Techno Viking has no mana. He does get
He's
the
not
Spirit
dying.
Blessing. The Dark Ascension does end, unfortunately. But they do force Team Tam back, so I don't think we'll get any further engagement. No Cheese coming back to life in this game.
Yeah, that was a really good fight. I thought like TS fanboy was. I'm not sure what was the plan there because he moved forward with himself and the real hero and an illusion. So and he's laughing about it. I'm not sure if that was a miss micro or if that was the plan to just pretend to be an illusion. But his team smoked up behind him here. He's already gone on. The Dazzle Shard reveals which one's the real one because it destroys illusions immediately. So if you get the if you hex the illusions and they actually turn out to be pigs, right? And that means it's actually the real hero. And they figure it out. Like that's the real hero. They throw all the spells at TS fanboy. It takes up so much health that Tenseiga was able to finish him off afterwards. I think that may have been a bit of a mistake the way they played that fight.
Yes. Luckily, the clutch use of the Poison Touch enabled them to find out who the real Test Fanboy is, and making the real Test Fanboy stand up. All right, so a bit of a lull once again here in the game. Both teams are posturing towards Roche though. Nope does have the Aghanim Scepter equipped, so with the Shadow Step, he is now capable of joining his team and further making use of that Radiance to take out enemies. Meanwhile, is built the Urn of Shadows, but may have decided to scrimp on the Spirit Vessel this game. He is going for the Black King bar in exchange. Tenseiga is is still on his way to Black King bar. I'd say about 30 seconds before, or about a minute before he gets his Black King bar. Meanwhile, on the side of Team Tam, Test Fanboy building up now towards the IF Scotty is probably going to the Scotty now this game, and probably in response to Ninja Monkey's healing as a Dazzle, and of course Catnip's healing as the Undying. Meanwhile, Wackadoodle does have his BKB equipped. He is farming now towards his Aghanim Scepter. He also has a dagger, which allows him. He also has his shard rather. Haunt has now been cast. It's clear they're going to look for a target. No, though with the DD, he probably has isolated Quantum. Test Fanboy though does silence silences, but he does get the hook in. But the tornado does pop. Otter Spotter and Quantum are both dead. The Meteor Hammer is not doing much work in this game, and they do manage to get Test Fanboy. Test Fanboy is dead once more. Techno Viking and War Spot and Wackadoodle are left. Wackadoodle and trying to do their best with the ultimate. Catnip gets the heal once more, and Catnip is managed to take down Techno Viking. Ninja Monkey though is dead as a result, but the BKB has come in for Mr. Wackadoodle. He is now being chased, and the zombies managing to land that skill. Dead Dark Ascension has come up, and he is taken down. 5 heroes dead on the side of Team
Wow.
Tam, and no cheese. Suddenly, now they're starting to win the team fights for the first time. Or not really the first
Yeah,
time, but like,
this is really good. Just like I think this is Nope's call, right? He recognized he was strong. He got his items. He says, "Let's go. I can ult. We find this who's alone and we kill them." And they got it. They managed to isolate TS fanboy with Tenseiga and Nope, flying around right with the free pathing of Spectral Dagger and the nighttime this Dark Ascension. So yeah, that was so well played. They lose, of course, they lose Quantum, but sorry, they lose Ninja Monkey. Quantum was playing him. That's the last game. But they lose Ninja
Lamau.
Monkey, and that's honestly not much. Ninja Monkey is happy to die for this. Draw the whole BKB timing of Wackadoodle, and that's a free fight for the rest of the team.
Yes. So what a move it has been for the side of No Cheese. Just the awareness, I think, was the key in this game. Nope is now on top. Although Nope and unlike the previous game though, where it was Gas Fanboy was clearly on the top of the net worth standing for like a long time in the game. Nope though and Test Fanboy are neck and neck in terms of the net worth. So this is going to be a shaping up to be an interesting battle between the two carries. Nope is building towards the Mata style probably to dispel the Orchid Malevolence that was picked up by Test Fanboy, who is still working um, on that IF Scotty, probably to get himself some more stats. Meanwhile on the bot lane, Yuno and the rest of No Cheese are preparing to push out this top tier 2, but the rest of Team Tam are here. Tier 2 is the so now they TP in. Probably gonna see a pretty big fight happening. Tornado has been cast. Dark Ascension has been cast as well.
Oh,
They're now starting to haunt. Haunt has been cast as well. They're now hunting. They found the Yuno. They found the
They run the back
Great
line,
was
they run on
activated.
back
The,
line.
the backlines has been activated. Tenseiga though maybe spend it too quick, but once again, but now they do bring in those. They do bring the meteor
The
hammers,
Grave.
but the great shallow grave um keeps Catnip alive.
Catnip
Catnip though
alive.
be down. The yet a second one as well, but Techno Viking is dead in exchange. The use of the poison touch does manage to extend the fight, so they do get a trade here. Their pause for the pause 3, and this fight may not be done. Song of the Siren is still up, and Tenseiga still has Dark Ascension, so I think they might have just reconnoiter. They do hit the Torrent, X marks the spot, so Nope will live though, thanks of course to the use of Dispersion, keeping him alive. Both teams are still huddled around here. Remember, Dark Ascension though and Haunt has been used, so though it does get hit with the Torrent, but it only gets hit with the X, but the Torrent unfortunately is not enough. So Test Fanboy hit with the Poison Touch, and he also gets hit with the Spectral Dagger, so they do know where he is, but he immediately casting his Mata style in order to dispel it, and both teams retreat from this top tier 2. So a pretty stale. So both teams are now on a stalemate. Like, um,
Yeah, they used all the BKBs. They didn't get many kills. Couple of people, 1 or 2 people went down, and they didn't get the tower. Actually, the tower took maybe half HP in damage. So all in all, you're right. It's quite stalemate. But I wonder who really comes out of this, because um, I feel like this time could have spent farming on Naga Siren, right? So the fact that you can't use your illusions to farm, it means that you're losing out on some capacity here to get some value. And as you can see, Nope is now a higher net worth than TS fanboy. So Nope has come on top because Naga couldn't farm.
indeed, yes, not able to use that Illus to split push, and now because now that they're sending out the Illus, it pretty much telegraphs to the side of No Cheese that they know where Test Fanboy is probably hiding at all times. So she's quickly beating a hasty retreat. Tenseiga does pick up the shard on his Night Stalker, so his Unturn the Night is gonna have an additional utility. No Cheese is now moving into the top lane. They're probably preparing to take another objective and secure Roche, but instead they smoke up. They feel hungry. They feel like a fight's a coming. 22 seconds away
I
from
think the
the.
ward caught the smoke. The ward on the high ground next
Unfortunately,
to the
they see.
outpost. Yeah, caught the
Unfortunately,
smoke.
Team Tam does notice this ward here, managed to catch smoke, and now Team Tam is positioning them. Although they're a bit far off, though, it's just Wackadoodle and Autospotter here in the top lane. But I think if they commit to this and the rest of the team will
Tornado.
TP in, they do manage to catch Tornado on Wackadoodle. Wackadoodle, however, gets the
Two
hook
man.
shot on the two-man hook shot, but the BKBs do immediately pop out.
The two meteor hammers.
Meteor hammers have, however, the BKBs have been used, so it has very little effect. Catnip is now or rather, all this part is now a tiny little piggy, and he is gone. Tensega with the BKB. However, Shadow Step has been used in order to zone out Wackadoodle. Meanwhile, Techo Viking is falling low to Tensega. Tensega does manage to take down Techno Viking. However, Wackadoodle in exchange will just manage to get the catnip. So once again, this team is a bit of a stalemate. And however, they do decide to go for this anyway. Tensega does still have Dark Ascension, but the water park is coming in. So unfortunate. So pray for your graphics card once Wackadoodle opens the water park.
Water
Aghanims.
park into meteor hammer combo. That almost went well. If any of them actually got caught by the torrents from the water park, they might have actually gotten a lockdown in front of tier 3. Just unfortunate that the RNG didn't allow Tenseiga to get caught. I think Tenseiga was right in his face.
Indeed. So, although I must also note though that the very minute they pop the hook shot, they do get someone with the hook shot. They immediately pop those BKBs, which means that the meteor hammer isn't going to be of much effectiveness in for probably the rest of the game now, because they understand that when to pop the BKB in anticipation of that meteor hammer face. So the meteor hammer may be decreasing and diminishing in value a bit as this game continues. Test Fanboy though does get push off the bot. He does have this butterfly though, which is going to give him some evasion. It's a protection against Nope though, and now with the top jungle secured, they may look towards Roche. However, the rocket flare put out by Otter Spotter means that they're aware that they have Roche, but it might not be too late though. Nope does pick up the double damage. He will have his team here to help him tank the Roche. This Roche is going down very, very quickly, and now Team Tam know there's a Roche. They have smoked up. For Heroes of Pokemon, let's catch Techno Viking. Techno Viking does meet the BKB as well as the Eye of the Storm. Are they still going to try and attempt this? Nope. The Roche is falling low. However, the hook shot is in, but Nope gets Aegis anyway. Other Spotter may have bitten off more than he can chew, and he is dead. Ninja Monkey though does die. The Shallow Grave's not enough to save him, but Nope takes him out with his DD. The Aegis not only picked up, but now it's looking to be a disaster on the side of Team Tam Quantum, and is not being chased by Catnip. Catnip is dead to the zombies and to the very big one in Catnip himself. So now they may take further objectives down the line. Meanwhile, though, the bot lane is pushed. So remember what you said earlier, that Test Fanboy wasn't able to use his illusions to push out on the side lanes. He may be able to do so now. Torrent and the wave hitting. Nope, just maybe to clear this creep wave. The Dark Ascension is still up though on the side of Mr. Tensegas, but I think they'll be satisfied to take the mid tower in that exchange.
Yeah, they still have the Aegis for 4 minutes. No point rushing this. Yes, and TS Fanboy was still farming. Like that's why he can match up to Nope's net worth here, right? Just slightly behind, but Nope got 2 kills under Roshan in that fight, and the TS Fanboy is matching it.
Yes.
He did get the butterfly, which deals with some of the auto attacks from Tenseiga and maybe Nope. But that doesn't help with the magic damage that's coming out from Invoker and the Radiance. So still need to beef up on Nagasar, and that's why you see Nagasar has already queued up the Heart of Tarask.
Instead,
The Heart of Tarask. Yeah,
the heart of Tarask and the Ayaskadi. He's actually been stuck in his item build for a while now, though. Of course, he does pick up the butterfly, but he was planning initially to go for the Eye of Skadi, but instead he decides to go for the butterfly instead. Although it's kind of weird to play butterfly into Nope, who already has a built-in True Strike with this Desolate, though. So he's probably going to be relying on his allies to keep himself alive. Now, Nope and the rest of No Cheese are moving into this bottom lane, tier 2 Dire. They're probably hoping to take it down and force the side of Team Tam to be turtling up in their base. So, bottom tower is down. All tier 2s are now down on the side of Team Tam, and now they're pushing in with this Aegis. Techno Viking does drop the tower. Yeah, Techno Viking just drop the plasma field in order to force back the Ilus. Meteor Hammer though has been used. It does catch out the Uno though, but I don't think there'll be any kind of follow up. Fortify has now been used on the side of Team Tam. They're trying to force back this team fight as much as possible. Uno is dropping a bit low. He should really take note of his health values. They do have the double siege creep pushing in, so that does help maintain this, but they are going to back off. And of course, Test Fanboy and his Elu is doing pretty good work in split pushing as well. They have now even taken down
They
the
got
bot.
top tower.
So now both teams are even tower wise, surprisingly. So then Sega does push forward. However, it does get the hex. The haunt does come in. BKBs have been activated, but the haunt does manage to zone him out.
Wackadoodle goes
Wackadoodle
down.
is dead. Quantum is dead. Wackadoodle immediately buys back. Though no more Water Park and no more BKB. And Sega though is silenced and he is hit by the Ear Hammer, but no, the
Tornado.
handy
Hits
tornado and then
everybody.
hit the
There's
tornado.
no
Auto
Guardian
Spotter is
Angel.
dead. The Guardian Angel has already been used. Tense Fanboy has been dead as well. Wackadoodle,
Sunstrike.
buyback already used. Sunstrike has been used. Does help take out Techno Viking. Techno Viking is dead. Auto Spotter looks to fall. The Auto Spotter and Techno Viking immediately buy back, but I don't think they'll be able to stop this. But and
Ultra kill.
Nope takes him out. Ultra kill on the side of Nope. Nope is just
Oh,
rampaging
they
all over
GG 'd him.
this map, and they've called it. No cheese, evening this series 1-1.
That was such a good fight. Nope is just knows he's the strongest. He just stands up in front of the Aegis. Then the Guardian Angel immediately got cancelled by the tornado. Gets dispelled, and that's it. That goes the fight. The buybacks mean nothing. The Omni Knight means nothing. It just gets cancelled immediately.
Yes, so we may see a bit of confusion here as like only one person needs to be called. But now I think they're gonna let this one go through. No Cheese taking game 2 against Team Tam. What worked for No Cheese this game as compared to the last? What happened?
They solved the lane. They solved the game for Nope. They put the money. They put everything on this man. They knew who was gonna carry him. They knew he can carry him. They give him all the tools, and Nope comes on top. Look at that net worth.
Yes,
Net worth graph.
yes, 23,000 net worth as compared to Test Fanboy, who's no slouch himself, of course. This Nagasaki is one of the best farmers in the game. So our MVP, I think it's pretty unanimous. This one's going to Nope. Like,
Yeah.
Nope,
Nope.
Nope just came online and he just dominated. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. They is not only just that, like the way they solved the lane for Nope, I think that idea of bringing Catnap down and throwing Tenseiga, and even trusting Tenseiga to just deal with that lane, you're gonna get screwed over, but we trust you anyway, and that solves like that was that philosophy of doing that was what gave them this game, I think.
Indeed, yes. It was that early trialing that allowed Nope to secure this game. And while it was took a bit of a go in trying to get the Radiance, once he got it though, like this lineup was just unlocked on the side of No Cheese. Now they had the damage to make use of the haunt effectively. They could zone out Team Tam, not be able to pick up their combos. I think my honorable mention for MVP this game is a toss up for me, but personally, I have to give it to Tenseiga. The great use of the Dark Ascension to be able to zone out Quantum, to be able to zone out Test Fanboy, picking up the Aghanim Scepter as well in order to take care of those illusions. Great. And managing to hold top lane by himself. Great game from Tenseiga. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I'm on the same page as you, Tenseigas. Definitely, like the honorable mention here. They communicated really well in fights. If I notice if I'm noticing correctly, when Spectre ults right and Tenseiga starts the fight, they get full vision of the enemy team. They pick a target together. Spectre and Night Stalker together. They kill that person. Usually it's TS Fanboy. TS Fanboy. If he doesn't song, he's dead. And he just gets screwed over by Night Stalker's W, the what's it called again? I don't remember. But he gets silenced, he can't run, right? We can Manta, you can Orchid, but it's out, and then you get two big cores smacking you down. What can you do? You're done. And that communication between these cores on the side of No Cheese, this is what also really won them the late game fights.
Yes, indeed, Tenseiga. And yeah, that was a good call out though. That Nope and Tenseiga synergy. Tenseiga provides Nope the vision so that when he does hunt, he knows the kind of targets he's gonna be pushing in. Meanwhile, our honorable mention for the side of Team Tam, I think I have to give this to Wackadoodle. Wackadoodle was able to make that Meteor Hammer work. He did take down the mid tier 1 early. That Meteor Hammer was really good at pushing out the lanes, and ultimately in the team fight, Wackadoodle though was probably one of the few ones capable of landing most of his stuff. Like good stuff from Wackadoodle.
Yeah,
What do you
definitely. I liked what I saw from Otter Spotter as well. the hooks, the rockets to give vision. I think they're quite on point. Maybe the meteor hammer is a bit questionable. However, I think they were going for a meteor hammer game. Somebody else has to buy it in addition to Wackadoodle. So yeah, I think it's overall a nice game. We see the games go 1-1 to Team Tam and No Cheese. It's quite it's an even game. Sorry, it's an even series. And yeah, any last words, Aaron?
All right. So for I guess for my final for probably some final thoughts from this game. Um, I have to admit, this series is pretty close. Though I think the first game, Team Tam was able to use their low cooldowns and the fact that this team can move faster in order to win games. This time, though, No Cheese, um, managing to use the tri lane to their advantage this time, whereas the previous game it wasn't on this. It wasn't. Then Sega convincingly won the top lane, allowing him to come online, and no picking up the Radiance was big. Of course, you have to give it to Ninja Monkey and Catnip, a great pair of supports for this one. And Team Tam though they shouldn't despair though. There were several fights that could have gone their way, if they had managed to I guess coordinate a bit better. Wasn't really that much synergy. I'm not a fan of multiple heroes getting meteor hammers, especially when they're buying BKBs. Like, I know meteor hammer is the item of the patch, but like one is probably enough. Like, two is entering a bit greedy, I'd say, especially when other items might have been useful to save their cores as well. They can't rely on Quantum to be the one to be the save all the time. So that's it for me.
Yep. And this ends the series of Team Tam versus Snow Cheese. We end with a 1-1 each, a tied series. Thanks everyone for watching. I think there are more games next week. Yeah, next week I think Monday there might be one, and probably another one Thursday as well.
Hmm.
So we'll see who gets to who'll be streaming and casting that. So from me and Aaron, we'd like to thank you for watching. Have a good night.